Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Before tearing a sobbing Rachel away from her, Brady threatens to kill Kristen. Meanwhile, Whitley attacks Lani. Rafe arrives at Paulina's house with the intention of returning Lani to jail. Despite the fact that he is no longer commissioner, he consented to supervise the move so Lani could be with a familiar face. Lani is not present, but Paulina thanks him anyway. Rafe concerns that if she is late, it will hurt her chances of receiving an early release. They dash outside to find her. Abe becomes confused when Lani bursts into Whitley's home. He inquires about her identity as she rushes to his side. She claims to be his daughter, but he is unfamiliar with her. She promises to take him back to his family at home. He reveals that Paulina brought him there and that he is aware that this is not his home. He displays to her the altered image of their wedding. That woman, according to Lani, is not his wife. Whitley wanders around the hospital as she tells herself she had to put Jerry in danger in order to save herself. Kayla comes over to see how she is doing. Whitley covers and declares that it is now time to leave the hospital. Whitley responds that since Mayor Carver's passing, everything in Salem feels different. When Kayla questions why she's going, she is prioritizing her demands and giving her 2-week notice during her vacation time. Whitley needs to return to her kitties, but Kayla suggests they chat about her exit package. Whitley gives Kayla a quick hug before rushing to the elevator. Nell visits Jada at the police station in the hopes that Brady and Kristen can resolve their custody disagreements. Unhappy, Jada claims that by signing a custody arrangement, Brady is giving Kristen the upper hand, and Belle is assisting him in doing so. Jada may be furious about more than just this issue, according to Belle. She expresses her regret that Sean unintentionally revealed her in Rafe's connection to the acting mayor. Jada responds that Rafe's career is over as a result of him. She apologizes right away. Jada is aware that she and Rafe alone are to blame for the rules violations. Brady tears up the custody agreement, which causes Kristen to erupt at the Demera estate. He pulls out a revolver and yells that she doesn't have the right to set the terms. He's in charge now. John's rifle is pressed into her side by him. He overcomes Kristen and forces her onto the desk chair despite her attempts to attack him with something off the desk. He is furious at her for using their kid like a pawn and for not knowing how to love them. He screams that he can't have her in Rachel's life as his face turns red. He might as well assassinate Kristen now. Rach enters quickly. Daddy. Brady turns to face his daughter, his eyes widening. Kristen covers her face with a trembling palm as she pants. Lani is absent when Rafe and Paulina arrive at the park. A pacing Paulina is reassured by Rafe that he will find her. "You mean how you discovered Abe?" She starts ranting and grows more and more agitated. Perhaps there wouldn't have been a funeral and Lani wouldn't have risked her freedom by attending if he had been concentrating on his work rather than Jada. She cries and collapses into Rafe's arms when he reaches out to touch her. When Abe questions Whitley at his house, Lani confesses that Whitley has been deceiving him. Abe is being helped out of his chair as she starts to persuade him to depart with her. In the entranceway is Whitley. "I can't allow you to do that." Brady hides the gun at the Demera mansion before approaching Rachel. She screams at him for making death threats against her mother. Rachel is instructed to wait for him by the front door. He tells a distraught Kristen that he will tell Rachel what kind of woman she is after she departs. Rachel comes back to reprimand Brady while crying. She declares loudly that she is reluctant to leave. Brady moves her outside. Rachel screams and grabs Kristen's shoulder over Brady's shoulder. Steve is discovered by John rapping on Jerry's door. John starts speaking after Jerry doesn't respond. They discover the location in disarray, with the window wide open. They conclude that Jerry left quickly. To schedule people at the bus, train, and airport stations, Steve telephones Jada. When Steve and John hang up, they see an error message printed on Jerry's printer. Steve takes out a crumpled piece of paper bearing the bus timetable. In a medical assessment room, Kayla reassures a composed Paulina that everything would be okay before departing to check her vital signs. Rafe receives an apology from Paulina for what she said to him. She is aware that he and Jada made every effort to locate Abe. The Maryland prison calls Rafe looking for Lani. He informs them that they are en route to buy them some time. Belle arrives at the mansion to visit Kristen after being called. Belle is urged by Kristen to persuade Brady to sign the incomplete document. But Belle is aware that Rachel has been kept there. She says sadly, "There are consequences when you go too far." When there's a knock on the door at John and Marlena's, Brady sends a defiant Rachel to her room. He unlocks the door for Jada and places John's gun back in its case. She can go and arrest Kristen once he informs her that she has been caring for Rachel all along. Jada, though, is there to detain him. Brady is shocked that Kristen reported him to the police for kidnapping his daughter. Rachel comes back. She screams, "Mommy didn't call the police. I did." Abe believes Paulina won't accept what this woman has been telling him at Whitley's. Whitley wonders, who exactly is this woman? The reply from Lani is, "Your worst nightmare." Whitley stabs Lani with a needle as she tries to take Abe's wheelchair off the table. As Lani collapses on the ground. On Days of Our Lives, Lai is shocked by Gabby, while Leah was overcome with remorse. Peacock is presently the only place where Days of Our Lives is broadcast. Subscribe to Peacock to ensure you never miss an episode. Please be aware that we might get a small commission from any purchases you make after clicking a link in this article. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.